Tina and Rose in the room, guys. Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Hi, Rory. Good evening. Rory and Victor in the room. Or should I say Rory and Buddy Holly in the room? Good evening, Judy. Judy in the room, guys. Irene in the room. Frank, you were so cute, said Rory. I don't think she'll hear you, Tina. She's in there watching a movie. Sandra Charles from Trinidad and Tobago, everyone. How you doing, Sandra? What's everyone up to tonight, said Rory. Mr. Lim in the room, guys, hanging out at the Waffle House, sipping on a hot brew. Fugu Granny, good evening. Fugu Granny in the room, guys. Frank, that Bell Life was good. Yeah, I liked it too. I really wanted to see, because when it first started and they said 15 mile an hour, I really wanted to see that 15 mile an hour. I don't think they could have done it. Maybe Trey could have done it. I don't think any one of them could have done it, though, to be honest. Hi, KV in the room, everyone. I'm at home now, said Mr. Lynn. Hi, Jerry and Shelley. How you doing? Jerry and Shelley in the room, guys. I wanted to see the show, Mr. Lynn said. Should have put it on there at the Waffle Bar. Well, B, how you doing? Good evening. Good evening. I had to buy back a new. I had to buy a new back brace 2 sizes smaller than I had. It came today, said Rory. Frank, what do you prefer, thin cut bacon or thick cut? I don't care, Judy. I don't really care. I look for the uniform slices though, where all the slices are exactly the same size, and and there ain't no like heartbeats in there. Straight across is what I'm looking for, so it all cooks at exactly the same speed. Hi, Skywatcher, Skywatcher in the room. Hi, Sherry, Sherry in the room, guys. Hi, Janet. How you doing, Janet in the room? Doing a cheap Thursday night bullshit session with Pawpaw. Hi, Anita, Anita in the room, guys. Hi, Anita. I did, said Anita. I prefer the thinner cut. That's what I look for, straight across. Yeah, straight across. It's hard to find that too. I'll be digging through the bacon. I'm not joking. The COVID kind of puts a damper on it. I feel more guilty, but I'll dig through all that bacon to find what I want. Hi, Amy. Amy in the room, guys. Janet and her husband aren't feeling good either. I'm sorry, Janet. They ain't cool. Hi, Paula. How you doing? Paula in the room, guys. Paula's favorite store just went out of business. Hmm, what could that be? I don't know what that would be. Just one store, the whole company. Save a lot. The whole company or just one store, Paula? Are they just closing your store? Wow. We have a Save a Lot. I never go there. I don't think they're, I think one store, I'd be looking out, I'd be driving by in that store, they're gonna be throwing a lot of stuff away if they're gonna close up. They're gonna throw a boatload of stuff away, probably. Hi, Cheryl in the room, guys. Hi, Barbara in the room. I always find good food. Yeah, ours has a compactor, so I can't get anything. Macy's is closed at our mall, said CM. Yeah, I'm surprised that they even been open as long as they are, CM, to be honest with you. I'm looking for Bed Bath & Beyond's probably going to be the next big chain to go out of business, in my opinion. Hi, Kisty in the room, guys. I always have bad luck at Aldi's. It could just be that Aldi's. Try a different one if you can. It really is. That's what it really comes down to. You know what? If your Aldi's has a really good manager that knows how to order correctly, there's not going to be a lot of stuff in the dumpster. But if their manager isn't very good at their job and they overorder everything, then there's going to be a lot of stuff. The employees steal it, said Paula. Oh, go out for a smoke. Yeah. They like to go out for a smoke. I missed you last night. The Wi-Fi gave me trouble, said Kisty. He didn't miss too much, Kisty. All we found was a whole bunch of chips. Did you get snow? No. No, we didn't get any snow. It looks like the year with no real snow. I'm hoping we get some. I ain't had a snowman yet. I'm not happy about that. I'm praying for a 3 to 6 event. But we got a dusting today, said Irene. Yeah, that's all we get, dusting. Scrappy and his friend came out to play. It was funny. I was going to record it. They're happy today. It was kind of warm out there, 40 degrees. Pretty soon we won't even have ice on the ground. Winter's over. Frank, I can't wait to start my seeds. What are you going to do with them? You got a dome and stuff? Place to put them? Remember, when you start them, you got your heat on. Your house is probably dry. They don't like it dry. So hopefully you got those little domes that go up on top. It's kind of tricky to keep them watered correctly all the time. I'm in no hurry. It's easier once the spring comes. I'm not gonna start them till maybe the first week of March. I have heat lamps. I don't put over. Then in the spring it's ready, I plant, said Judy. Rory has a whole lot of butter beans coming up. Hi, Jackie. Jackie said, I have my new iPad. First time using it. So much easier to use. We haven't had any snow but floods. Lots of people had to move out. Frank, you gonna do cucumbers this year? I don't think so. You know what? I don't really know what I want to do except for the only thing I know for sure I'm doing is jalapeno, and Angel already ordered the seeds, and serrano pepper, 1 tomato plant, maybe 2. and then some carrots, and then after that, I don't know what. Oh, and some sugar snap peas. I'm gonna have sugar snap peas in the beginning and at the end. Someone tell Frank from me. Bye, Jessica. I'm sorry I missed your comment. Frank, I can't stay 'cause my internet off is 'cause the company shut it off this morning. I called them to do a promise to pay in on the 26th of the month, so I won't be on this whole week. Oh, that's awful, Jessica. Well, that card, you're gonna have a letter coming from us pretty soon. Just so you know, Jessica, there'll be a letter coming from us pretty soon. That sucks for you, Jessica. I'm so sorry. Jessica's gonna have to take a little break, and that ain't cool. Hi, Lori Chase. Lori Chase in the room, guys. Who else we got? I'll be selling my rose bushes, daylilies, and hummingbird vines in March, said Frugal Granny. Kisty went to the farmer market today and got some nice onions, sweet Veldalia, and cabbage. Yeah, I wish I could go to a farmer's market. Everything from the farmer market, or everything here is nasty in the vegetable department. Except for maybe the greens. The greens look pretty good. Bye, Jessica. It's sad that Jessica's gonna be gone for a whole week. That ain't cool. I am doing good. Just got done eating chili for dinner, said Anita. Wow, she must have got cut off right at that time, too, 'cause she didn't say anything after. I hope that sucks. I'm sorry, Jessica. Poor Jessica's lost her internet. They had some huge sweet potatoes, said Kisty. I'm doing all right, Lori. Not too bad. I always got tulips outside and tiger lilies, said Judy. We can buy fresh cauliflower for 50 cents each. And we have a friend with a market garden, said Rory. Anita's doing good, just got done eating chili for dinner. We had baked chicken, Anita. It was one that was already baked by the store. They had it on sale, you know, when they sell it the next day. It was a really good, I liked it a lot. I don't think Angel liked it as much as me. It was overcooked, I like my chicken overcooked. Irene said I made cheeseburgers with french fries. That sounds good. I like some cheeseburgers and french fries. Cheeseburger and french fry. Savannah's waving at me. Hi, Savannah. Savannah in the room, guys. Savannah is a yelling and a waving and a jumping all around. She did the hokey pokey and she turned herself around. Kathy had meatloaf with sauce and cheese on the top. 73 here on a Monday. Hit the beach, said Kisty. Hi, Cheryl Hatfield in the room, guys. Irene said I made them like hot dogs so they could fit in a sub roll. You do the hokey pokey. It's 85 to 90 here today and a beautiful day. That sounds like good. No, I'm not going anywhere in Frugal Granny. I already went. I checked all of them already. There was nothing there. Except the same old stuff I seen yesterday. Guys, sock in the room, guys. Judy had a bowl of vegetable beef soup and some fried bologna sandwich with mustard. She's dancing and copying what you're singing, Frank said Lori. It's 70s. Angela said hi, everyone. Hi, Angela. You do the hokey pokey. And you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. She'll be 4 in May, said Lori. They got king cakes at the NOLA Cafe on the beach. I might have to take one to friend's house Saturday, said Kisty. Hello, everyone, said Sock. Hello, Socks in the room. She's dancing and singing that hokey pokey. Well, you owe me now. You owe me then, Lori. You get a show all night long, courtesy of me. She'll be singing that for you all night long. All night long. All night. All night long. Hi, Anthony in the room, guys. Frank, what about growing green onions? Those are good. I like green onions, Jackie. I don't know though. I never usually grow onions for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe I should. Boom, 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 boom. I think I'm gonna go. I don't know. I'm gonna look some more after the show, actually. I'm gonna grow something. Frankie to grow onions in a pot. Hi, Anita. I'm doing alright. I can't complain. Cilantro. Yeah, I tried the cilantro. I didn't do it in a pot, Judy. I did it in the ground. It was my very first time. It didn't come out very good. It's probably my own fault, though. It'd probably do better in the pot with some better soil. I don't know, though. It could be my soil, too, you know? I know I tried, arugula, and I didn't like the way the arugula came out. Hi, wildflower in the room, guys. If you grow that kind of stuff in the pot, you can control the moisture in the dirt, said Judy. Today I made money off Facebook Marketplace, said Amy. That's awesome, Amy. Don't you like it, don't? I like the Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes you don't sell anything, and sometimes everybody wants something. I have only grown them in a tub and grown cherry tomatoes from a hanging basket. Yeah, that's cool, a hanging basket, doohickey. Same way for strawberries, said Jackie. I should grow strawberries is what I should grow. I are in the room, guys. Where you guys getting all your soil to put in those buckets? That's the only problem for me. I'm a cheapskate. They want a lot of money to fill your buckets with soil. I guess I could go to the compost place and get more stuff there, but if you want to go to the store and buy stuff to fill your buckets with, that stuff's expensive. I like Facebook Marketplace because you can see their profile and see their pictures so you know who you're talking to. Yeah, you used to be able to actually click on them, Amy, and then go to their Facebook page so you could see exactly the kind of person they were, but they took that option away from us. You can't do that anymore. Mildred in the room, guys. How you doing, Mildred? Hi, Cheryl Hatfield. Cheryl Hatfield in the room, everyone. Don't you have money shops to swell? Don't you have money shops to swell? I don't understand. I live in a country, there's lots of soil here. Have a shovel, we'll travel. That's funny. Fool Granny. There ain't no extra soil hanging around here, Frugal Granny. You'll get arrested, you go out digging here. Or shot. Frank, I save my soil from year to year. I have a composted. Yeah. I can't make enough compost, Judy. I need all my compost for my garden. I can't fill up my buckets with it. $1 shops for soil. Yeah. How many bags you gotta buy to fill up a 5-gallon bucket though? I don't know. And that soil in there ain't very good. In reality, when you grow in a bucket, you're not supposed to really use dirt. You should have like a mix. Some dirt, but some other ingredients too. I'm gonna move to Australia. Their government takes care of their people, said Judy. Everything's expensive there though, Judy. Very expensive. Keep that in mind. Frank, refresh please, chat freeze. Yeah, that's got nothing to do with me, Sock. I'm sorry. I always play the live stream, Sock, on a computer. And so I know it's on your end, not mine. I can see mine perfectly and there's nothing wrong with it. Oops, I lost my own spot. Mine's, I know yours is not. Something's wrong with his. Does Miracle Grow work for compost? You can put Miracle Grow on your compost. I wouldn't put too much on there. A little bit won't hurt it though. The nitrogen in the Miracle Grow will help your compost, but I wouldn't put a lot in there. You know, not that much. I'm gonna do some container gardening this year, said Wah. My mom used to grow strawberries and greens and tomatoes, said Angela. My husband and I aren't feeling too good. How about you, said Janet. I have deer and rabbits and coyotes so I can plant veggies, said Kathy. You're welcome, Sock. Wildflower, hello, Angel. Uh, I know I was thinking of changing it for you, Lori, but I think I'll let you suffer with that one. Addicted to diving in the room, guys. I take old plants and recycle the dirt and reuse it, said Amy. Right. But let's not forget the dirt. You gotta have to add something to that. Wait, Frank, payback is a mother, said Lori. The dirt will be poor. You need to add something to it. I don't really care for the Miracle Grow. You know what? I'm gonna, Cheryl, you guys got the health or the plant store. They got the fish fertilizer and stuff. The Miracle Grow's kind of crummy buttons. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you really want those Folger crystals in your garden? I don't really like them in there. I'll use it like one time a year. Especially on the flowers. I don't care about the flowers. But on my vegetables, I don't really want it on there. You can mix it in peat. Yeah, I like to use peat moss, Jackie, in my mix. That's a good one. And that peat is not that, it's kind of expensive here at least, because you gotta order it. I'm gonna put fish heads in my soil. That could be a good idea, Wah. Like at the very bottom of the hole. I don't use no artificial fertilizing, said Judy. I steep my own. I don't mind using it on flowers, Judy. I'll use it because I don't want to waste my compost on my flowers. I don't mind it. Miracle Grow is like steroids, said Judy. On the vegetables, though, I'm more picky. Because I don't want to eat it. I know a farmer when I was a kid, he would pee over his compost pile. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually good. You know? Basically, that's what the farmers do with all the vegetables. They spray anhydrous ammonia over all the crops. And anhydrous ammonia is really nothing more than pee. You know? Hi, diving with Chris in the room, guys. And then the nitrogen in the pee will help the microbes in the compost speed up faster. But I can't be peeing in my compost pile because my neighbors will see me. Justin Rhodes put cow pee in his garden. Yeah, you can do that. I don't know about putting it right in the garden, but I guess he knows what he's doing because he's a pretty smart man. I do it in the compost. I don't know about right in the garden though, unless it was gonna sit over the winter or something. Miracle Grow on flowers and houseplants is a wonderful thing, but my veggies, I don't use it either, said Judy. Hi, Penny in the room, guys. Exactly what it is, Frank. P. Yeah. P. Everywhere some P. Yeah, eggshells are good, Jackie. And they say you're not supposed to wash them and not put, well, you're not supposed to put any of the egg in there, but who cares, right? I don't know. I throw eggs in there and coffee grounds too. Ow. put just about anything in there. But in my compost pile, I can only put stuff in there that I know is not going to stink. Because we got neighbors and we can't have a stinky compost. If I lived in the country, I wouldn't care about that. I'd throw anything in there. But here, I gotta be careful what I put in there, or we'll get complaints, and then I won't be able to have a compost pile. Ada in the room, guys. I want to put an egg in my tomato hose. Said Angel. That sounds weird. My sister lives in the country and they had some cows. I always get a 5-gallon bucket of poo. Yeah, that's a great idea to put in your compost. That's where I'd put that too, in the compost. And I'd use it the next year. But that's just me. I'm back, my computer froze up, said "Wah-R." But I can't put that in mine either, because I'll get complaints. I guess I could use the Doberman's poo in there, but who knows what they've been eating. I don't know, Chris. I find stuff every day. Well, every time. I don't know. Last night we found some chips. Lots of chips. Before that, what did we find? Oh, a whole bunch of health food bars. Oh, Lord, Frank said, "Wah-R." Yeah, health food bars. That's what we found out with Chris. Health food bars and chips lately. In the last 2 times we went out. I remember you liked those health food bars. Yeah, I do like them. I gave them all away though. The only ones I kept were these. I kept these ones right here. And they're not very good, but they're edible. They're edible. I gave the rest away. I kept 10 boxes of those though. I got 10 boxes of those, so I'm in good shape. No, I didn't get them at Aldi. I got them at, I got them at a store I can't tell you. One I'm not mentioning, but it's not Aldi. Denise Wallace in the room, guys. Human poop would be better. I'm not pooping in my garden, Judy. Read my last message, Frank. Your neighbors don't care about the smell of that dog poop. Look on YouTube. There's a lot of blogs about putting eggs in the soil before you put the seeds in, said Jackie. Angel wants to do that, Jackie. They made me get rid of my mulch pile because it attracts rats. It's been there for over 30 years. Yeah, don't you? They would do that to me too. I could see them doing that to me, Lori. And it does attract creatures. We got moles living in ours. They've been living in there the whole time. I want them in there. They make tunnels through the whole thing. They pee and poo and make tunnels through the whole thing, eating in there and stuff. I don't care. I want them in there. They're good little workers. They're working my soil for me. He eats the watermelon. I put watermelon and he'll come up from the ground and you can see the little hole appear into it'll be like a little spiral. He'll suck the watermelon down into his hole. There are no rats in there though, said Lori. Yeah, these are moles. We've had them a long time. It can't be. I looked up how long they live, and they don't live very long. So I know they gotta be reproducing in there. But they're not getting out of pocket. It's not like there's a million of them. Just a few of them or whatever. That's it. Moles aerating your soil. Yep. If they didn't do it, it wouldn't be as good to see them, because I only turn that stuff if luckily, I mean, I try once a year, but I'll be honest, in the 12 years I've lived here, I bet it only came down to moving that stuff twice a year, once every 2 years. As long as they stay out of the house, said Angel. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to get in the house. Moles are more natural than dog poop, which is not cleaned properly, can blind children, said Jackie. I need to find some bird seed. That's what I need for Granny. I need to find some bird seed too. And you know what I learned? That parrot food and that more expensive stuff they sell at the Petco, these birds don't like it. They won't eat it. They just won't eat it. It's like worthless to them. They want the regular food. Priscilla had moles living in her yard. They made holes everywhere. Then yellow jackets made holes in the nests. Wow, that's not good for you. Ours aren't like that though, Priscilla. Ours are little guys. Maybe a different type of mole. Ours don't make big holes like we don't have any holes in our yard, and they've been here a long time. And not only that, yellow jackets. If I see a yellow jacket, I'll be happy as hell. It's hard as hell to find a bee nowadays. They killed all the bees in yellow jackets. I don't see any of those anymore. I can't. I don't think I've seen any of the yellow jackets last year. What's for dinner, Frank? Oh, and Priscilla's in the room, guys. And Angela, I'm having baked chicken with what did I have on the side, Angel? The first time? Oh, pierogies. I had pierogies and baked chicken, Angela. Hi, Verna in the room, guys. Moles do really good for gardeners. My son-in-law has the best garden every year, said Verna. You gotta be careful with bird seeds. It can attract rats, said Isabel. Well, we don't got any rats here. They love that suet. My mouth has a bitter taste, said Frugal Granny. Vic counted 22 birds here this morning. He feeds them all. Yeah, we try to feed them. Savannah's leaving. Goodbye, Savannah. Savannah's out of the room. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in and you turn it all about. They stung me all over. I mowed over their nest and they chased me in the house. Wow, that's crazy. That's weird, Priscilla. That's a weird case. That don't happen. I don't know. We really don't see no bees here anymore. Very rarely. Frank, they all moved to the southeast, Frank. Bees and wasps and yellow jackets. What's a pierogi? It's like a giant, um, ravioli, except it's a little bit different, not so soft. You put mashed potatoes and cheese in there, or mashed potatoes and sauerkraut, or mashed potatoes and just mashed potatoes, or mashed potatoes and onions. Please pray for my family, said Wildflower. I know they lost their mom 20 days ago, and yesterday their dad passed, said Wildflower. My son Jimmy said, thanks a lot, Frank. He asked where she heard that song. She told him Frank sang it. Priscilla, we used to get huge hornet nests. The mowers suck them up and they chased you, said CM. You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in and you shake it all about. Hi, Nancy in the room, guys. Right now there's a bumblebee nest in a hole next to my ditch. Really? Bumblebees? That's the only bee we have left is the bumblebee. We still do have the bumblebee. I like the bumblebee. He's the only one left. No, Denise, I'm not going. I went yesterday. I'm too lazy. I already went this morning. Stop, Frank. She left. That's it. No more hokey pokey, said Lori. I used to have a hornet's nest right above my front door when I moved in, said Angela. I'll be right back, said Judy. After these messages from our sponsor. Birdhouse and the hornets took it over and built the covering right over the top. It was weird, said Priscilla. Verna said, hi, Angel. Verna.
Hi, Verna.
My supervisor lost 2 family members in days apart, said Angela. They're nasty little buggers, said Kathy. Fool Granny's gonna make us coffee. She'll be back in a minute. Lori said, now that song is stuck in my head, and I'm singing it too. We'll do the hokey pokey. There are loads of different sort of bees. I have bumblebee nest every summer, said Jackie. They don't sting, all they do is pollinate. Yeah, they'll rarely sting you. You have to really be mean to them to get to be bit by one of those. I work in the garden right next to them, and they won't bite you. At the end of the year is your worst time for bees, because at the end of the year they go crazy. But the rest of the time, it's all right. Making coffee and singing hokey pokey, said Fool Granny. We'll do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Good night, everyone, said Irene. That's what it's all about. Good night, Irene. I've been stung twice by bees, said Angela. Yeah, I've been stung a few times. The first time I got stung, I deserved it. Pyrethium is a good bee killer solution, said Amy. Let's do the chicken dance, said Cherry. No, the hokey pokey. My son just called and said to tell you thanks, Frank. She won't stop. That's great. I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for them all, though, Lori, really, because they're all happy about it in reality. I heard baby raccoons crying up in the hill, in the woods all night. Someone must have killed their mother. I wish I could go get them, but I can't get up there, said Priscilla. That's a good song, said Angela. That sucks, Priscilla. I'm sorry. They'll be alright, won't they? They need some food, though. Big glass of milk. Sure, you don't have to hear it over and over at the top of her lungs, said Lori. How are those? Ick? I'm gonna toss them there. Or I'll give them to the squirrel. Hi, Rhonda K in the room, guys. Janet's going to bed. I'm freezing. Good night, all. Good night, Janet. It is cold. I had a baby raccoon I raised, said CM. I was stung behind my knee and on my finger, said Angela. Yeah, it hurts. Here in the UK we have something for bees. Imagine the shape of a birdhouse, but it has hollow tubes. And over winter, we have huge bees that make a hole in the soil over winter. Huh. I'd like to have bees, Jackie, but I don't think we can have them here. I'd love to have my own, honey. He was ornery, said CM. He'd climb up my curtains, tear my plants apart. Yeah, I'd have tore him loose already, the first time he broke anything. I wouldn't even brought him in, to be honest. You're a nice person, CM. There's no way I'm bringing him in. He'd have to be a cat. She's a pistol, said Lori. These are wild bees, not for honey, said Jackie. I want honeybees, Jackie. Honeybees, a lot of people really have them around here, actually. Not right around here, but within the vicinity. There's a lot of honeybees people have in their yard. You can see their the hives. We used to pull on the bottom of the screen door and let it bang to get in the house, said CM. I kept mine in a pen, and I let them loose. Yeah, that's what I would do. If I had to keep them, I'd keep them in a pen, but not inside. I wouldn't keep them in a pen inside. Still, keep them outside. That's where they need to be for me, at least. It's cool if you want to bring them in, but not me. Do, 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 do. I found them on my front porch as babies. How'd you find them on your front porch as babies, Priscilla? They just came up to your front porch. Who told them? They must have the word out on your house. You're listed as a trustworthy person where babies could run to. He was potty trained and ate dog food. Potty trained is a good thing. That's cool, CM. I give a, when an animal can tell you it needs to go outside and not make any mistakes like that, I give it tall respect. I appreciate that completely. That's a very important thing. Yeah, no litter box though, CM. No litter box. He's got to go outside. He's got to be able to tell you, stand by the door and say, hey, I got to go out. And then you open the door, he goes out, and he does his duty, and he comes back. I have a squirrel that scratches on my door for peanut butter crackers, said Lori. That's funny. The squirrel's been looking at me in the last few mornings, Lori, in the morning. It's been staring at the back door. I've been feeding it good. I've been giving it. I saved out some of those Nutri-Grain bars. They like those Nutri-Grain bars. They want food, Frank. I know. I give them food. They're sitting pretty, Lori. They don't need any more food. They're greedy. They got. I bet their nest is just brimming with food. I've been feeding them all summer long, man. I mean, not even a little. I've been giving them tons. All summer long. Tons of food. Baby raccoons are like cats. They play and chase each other and wrestle. They're cute, said Priscilla. Yeah. That's one smart squirrel, said Anita. Yep, and then they were all playing with each other too, because they all fight for the food. I don't know if they're really fighting. They never really get into the fight. They just run after each other. Be kind all. How you doing? Be kind got the first COVID shot this AM. So far, so good. I put peanut butter on crackers and take it out of my hand and it runs to the far end of the porch to eat it, said Lori. Yeah, they like to do that. They want to eat in safety. Though the chipmunks, they'll eat right next to you. Once they um, get used to you. Brenda Davis, Scrappity Doodah. The kids call him Mr. Nutty, said Lori. Mr. Nutty, he's my buddy. And you don't know what you're gonna do. I can't stand possums. My neighbor had a whole family living in her attic, said Angela. Yeah, it's not cool to have them living in your attic. That's for sure. You don't want them in your attic. Ah, Sherry, in the room, guys. God bless you. Did you give them something? Did they give them something to drink after that, Anita? Cup of milk with that, peanut butter and bread. Be thirsty after that. I never seen a squirrel drink anything either. Never did the raccoons try to bite or growl at me. When I first picked them up, I was afraid they might. They were docile. Yeah, they're pretty docile most of the time, but I don't like taking a chance. And even though they can be docile, they could get you with their nails by accident. I love to, like that squirrel got me that one time by accident with his nails. Them nails were sharp, boy. Loved to in the room, guys.
I love that.
We had squirrels living in our loft. Oh yeah, you gotta get them out of there right away. They'll tear it up, Lori. You'll have nothing left. They can be fierce if cornered, said Isabel. Yeah, once they realize that you're their friend, they're good, but that's really what it boils down to. My daughter had her second COVID today. She's a nurse in an emergency room, said Verna. Hi, Callista in the room, guys. We got rid of them, Frank. We relocated them after we trapped them. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that with bunny rabbits before. Because I don't. Them bunny rabbits will decimate my garden. But I can't hurt them. So I'm stuck. Just thinking of trapping them in the trap and taking them to a rich neighborhood, letting them go there. My son brought a raccoon home that was older. His mother got hit on the road. I called it the Tasmanian Devil, said CM. Tasmanian Devil. I'm good. I have 3 more days to work and my vacation begins, said Angela. That's awesome, Angela. This is the best time of the vacation right now. Right before it's coming. Because you got the whole thing to look forward to. Right? That's how I think. Yes, said Angela. Yeah. Hell yeah. We have deers and rabbits, said Anita. Yeah, we don't got no deer here, Anita. They don't make it this far. They're not very far from us, but they don't seem to make it this far because the houses are just too close together and there's too many fences. But they're like not even a half a mile away. Not even. Maybe even a quarter mile. They never go in my garden, said Lori. These will be the longest 3 days of my life, said Angela. No, they won't be though, Angela. You watch. They won't go. They'll go fast. You're in a good shape. I handled some mean I handled some mean ass cats in my job, said Priscilla. I've been tore up by many times. Devils from hell. They love to eat flowers, said Isabel. Callista actually spent $93 on food, first time in a long time. I haven't dumpster dived. I don't think I got near as much as I do in the dumpster. Yeah, sometimes you gotta buy some food, Callista. But it still helps to get the extras out of the dumpster, you know? We buy food, but we just supplement with the dumpster. I figure if I can get all my snack foods from the dumpster and my coffee, I'm in good shape. But I need some coffee. I haven't been finding any coffee. I sold all my coffee. It's part of my problem. I sold too much coffee. You guys talked me all out of it. Callista still has 3 corned beefs. $93. We have deer, raccoon, possum, groundhog, fox, coyote, chipmunk, squirrel, and all kind of prairie of birds, said Lori. My daughter has deer in her yard, said Mildred. Deer in the yard. They'll eat your garden too. Oh yeah, they'll eat it all. Some people got deer in their freezers, said Judy. That was a good one, Judy. There was a bunch of live 8-inch Christmas trees decorated with snowmen in the Dollar General. I took 2, said Priscilla. I didn't find those yet. I want one. That can be a problem, said Isabel. Deer only go in my front yard. They eat my hibiscus, said Lori. Cupcake girl in the room, guys. Cupcakes girl's grandkids took up a lot of her time. That's what they're supposed to do, though. That's what they do. I have one piece of deer meat. I'm not really wanting it. I think I'll donate it, said Callista. I wish I had some deer in my belly, said Judy. We went to the heart doctor today, said Mr. Lynn. I don't have to go back for 6 months. That's good. That means you're in good shape.
Hi, Cupcake Girl.
Hi, Cupcake Girl, said Angel.
Too early for that.
What?
Yawn.
I'm yawning because I'm hungry. They have even spotted a bear. We also have a mountain lion that come down every now, plus bobcats, said Lori. Cupcake Girl said, hi, Angel. Where do you live again, said Judy. Connecticut. Christmas in Connecticut. That's how you can always remember it. That's kind of scary, said Angela. It's kind of scary. Boy, Callista, you don't gotta leave. The only thing you can't talk about is politics.
Or religion.
That's the only censorship there is, or swearing. No swearing either. It's not too bad. I think most all chats have that same deal right there.
I was gonna ask Cupcake. That stinks. We even have seals that come through here in the summer, said Lori. Navy seals is what Lori's talking about, and they probably don't have any clothes on either. Carl needs some gold bands for his neck, said Mr. Lynn. Gold bands, gold necklaces? We have sea lions, Frank. Navy SEALs, said Priscilla. I finally got rid of that computer chair on Facebook Marketplace, said Amy. Good job, Amy. That's a good way of getting rid of it. Did you give it away for free? Or did you get $5? That's not Carl, that's Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. I don't know about that. Carl needs a shorter neck. Don't worry, I'll fix it. His neck isn't that long. It just seems like it because you can't see his mouth, Priscilla. His neck isn't that long. It really ain't. Thank you, Scrap Dog. I just gave it away for free. Yeah, I'd have gave it away for free. At least you got rid of it and you didn't have to do anything, right? Castaway, said CM. Hello, sweet angel, said Loveda.
That's sweet little.
Oh, imagine that. They're gonna explore cocktail takeout delivery now on the cocktails to go in Wisconsin. What do you guys think about that? Lawmakers explore expanding cocktail takeout delivery. So we can order cocktails right to our house here in Milwaukee or in Wisconsin. People can soon get an old fashioned to go with their takeout fish fry order or a drink delivered with their food in Wisconsin.
Hi, Tina.
Ah, well, we can get margaritas. We could already do that. It said that on the thing for it said that on the,
Chili's?
yeah, oh, that's because it had that special cup though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a special cup. They're already really doing that anyway. At Chili's, you can go and you can get a drink, but it's made that they know that you ain't opened it, so you're not drinking it in the car. Frank, whatever happened to April? I don't know, Kisty. I don't know. I have no idea. I hope nothing bad. The last thing I remember happened, they went on that trip to someplace crazy, and then they got sick, and then I just never really heard from them much after that. Frank, his neck does look like a little long, like Charlene Theron, the cocaine girl. He's a long neck. She's the cocaine girl, Priscilla. Frank, restaurants and bars do that here. 2 drink minimum. Jackie Zink and Elderberry, said Cupcake Girl. Good night, Jackie. Jackie's going to bed. I didn't even see that either. I'm sorry, I missed it if you're gone, Jackie. Oh, there it is. Good night. Be safe. I got a nasty cold. Oh, it's not a good time to have a cold. Food, Randy got bumped offline. Hi, Steve Beast. Steve Beast had to go shopping. Mr. DOG said, did Carl lose his head over Miss Murrow? Carl needs a basketball like Tom Hanks on Castaway, said CM.
That was a volleyball.
No, we're gonna go with the head we got. I like the head. We're gonna fix that head up. You watch and see. It's gonna look good. Good night to all you lovely folks, said Verna. Good night, Verna. Our cat has went in the season for the first time. Poor thing is all confused, said Mr. Lynn. My friend lives in the hood, and when she comes to visit, she said she feels like she's in a Hallmark movie when she comes here. That's a damn shame, Lori, in my opinion. That's the only place I want to live is in a Hallmark movie. If you're not living in a Hallmark movie, well, you're missing it. The hood's bad, Frank. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't live in the hood, though, fool, Randy. Let's be realistic. If I lived in the hood, I'd get out of there real quick. I'd rather live in the forest on the side of the road somewhere than in the hood. I want to live on a golden pond. Oh no. Barbara's gonna go live on Golden Pond with, what's her name? Fonda, Henry Fonda, and his daughter. My whole city is a hood, said Cupcake Girl. I have a hard time finding black pepper. I went to 3 stores. Really, Stia? That's weird. I got a ton of black pepper, Stia. Lots of it. I got like, 20, at least 25 of those pepper grinders. I found them in the Aldi. Brand new. Jane and Henry, said Barbara. I want to go back in time and live in Mayberry, said Priscilla. I don't want to live in Mayberry. I'm good with 1980s and up. Mayberry's a little too far. Ain't no Little Debbie's in Mayberry, Priscilla. Ain't no, fried chicken either. Aunt B ain't cooking me any fried chicken, so my town is like Mayberry, said Frugal Granny. I want to live in a little house on the prairie, said Lori. No, I'd be broke if we lived like that. We'd be poor as dirt. We'd be starving. There wouldn't be any dumpsters. There wouldn't be any merchandise. We'd be starving. I'll go with Happy Days. That's better, Isabel. Now that time is pretty good. Anything up from there. Up from there is good. If I had to start, I'd go with 1980 something, early 80s. Those were good years, man. (1983) is a good year, for example. Very good year. That's the one I'd pick, actually, 1983. I'd start back there, finish up my life. That way, by the time I got back here, I'd be all dead already. I just went Marcia Brady, said Mr. D.O.G. Mr. D.O.G. said, Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. Lori said, I lived in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. What'd you do, skip the 90s? I would like to be self-sufficient, but I'm scared of chickens, said Barbara. Barbara's scared of chickens, guys. I'll go with Happy Days, said Amy. 83 is the first year out on my own, said Mr. Lynn. Yeah, the 80s were good. Isabel said the 70s too. The only thing about the 70s that weren't good, Isabel, though, is if you didn't have a job, your ass was dangling. Yeah, there was a lot of inflation during the 70s. You know, things cost a lot of money in the 70s, comparatively, but the money didn't go as far, because you didn't make much. wages were really low, but things costed quite a bit for the money. I think the 80s is when it changed and the inflation went away. I could tell you why the inflation went away, but I'm not gonna. '90s started getting crazy. I thought '90s was good too, though, Lori. The '80s and '90s were fine. I saw her on Dances with the Stars, Angel. She's changed, said Lori. Pack of cigarettes was 50 cents, said Isabel. Yeah, cigarettes were cheap. But that was the only that was because cigarettes, that's all tax money. But on other things like video games like Donkey Kong, Mr. Lynn, they were a quarter a game. You could blow a $20 bill in no time. And to make $20 in the early 1980s was a lot. But I think minimum wage when I was 17 was like $5.50 an hour, if I'm not mistaken. So you'd have to work 4 hours to play $20 worth of video games. You see, that's inflation right there. I worked for $1 an hour on a hamburger meat was 3 pounds a dollar, said Fool Granny. Kraft dinner was 17 cents, said Isabel. I don't remember the food prices, Isabel, unfortunately. I can remember a lot of prices, but I can't remember the food. I was just a kid, and I wasn't concerned with the food. I can't remember what the food cost back then. Except for pop in the machine or chips in the machine, candy bar in the machine. Angel said crack addicted. Cause you're a guy. You don't remember much, said Isabel. Camel cigarettes were 57 a pack, said Fool Granny. That's what they were. And that's right around the right time, too, Fool Granny, because I used to get the Pall Malls from my grandma. She wrote me a note. I'd go down to the bar. They were 55 cents for Pall Malls at the bar. And I would guess I was around 5 or 6 at the time. Maybe 4, 5, or 6, right in that area. I remember cigarettes in the machine. Yeah, Angela, me too. At the bowling alley, mainly, because that's where my dad always went, and that's where the cigarette machine was, at the bowling. And in the restaurants, I remember at the restaurants too, they were always in the entryway. I mean, I don't, said Isabel. Hi, Kelly D. Kelly D in the room, guys. I got married in 1967 and my husband made $57 a week, said Loved-Up. Yeah, it was there was more inflation, unfortunately. Through the certain period of time back then, there was a lot of inflation. We came out of that. Y'all remember gas station? Had gas wars, said Fugal Granny. Unfortunately, that inflation could happen again, which is a bummer for us all. Because see what inflation does, it makes poor people even poorer. And it makes people who have money and have a livelihood and everything, it makes their stuff not worth anything. All their hard work turns into dust. So we don't want any inflation, but I would worry that there's going to be some inflation coming. Good night, Sock. Sock, going to bed, guys. I remember my dad saying, I'm not paying $1 a gallon for gas when you could get it for 75 cents, said Lori. Gas is way up again here now. And if you think it's up now, wait for about 2 years, Isabel. It'll take about 2 years, but it'll be up about $4 or $5 a gallon at least. That's my guesstimation, which puts me at a big disadvantage. Hi, Sarah in the room, guys. I'm gonna listen while I fold my clothes. Lori said it's $2.39 a gallon here. Yeah, it's still cheap. It's gonna be cheap for a little while longer, Lori. It don't just go up right quick. They'll move it up slowly. But they did the first. I'm gonna keep off talking about that, but it's going up. Frank, yesterday gas was $2.03 a gallon. This morning it was $2.39. Yeah, I know. I understand that's because they canceled the permit on the Keystone Pipeline. That's going to drive up the fuel prices. But that's not all that's going to drive them. That's just a minor drive. Frank, when are you doing that drawing for the down duck on the last day of the month? Just like, well, actually, I think, yeah, the last day of the month like I did the other one, Lori. I still haven't filled Tina's box yet. I'm having a hard time with it. Because I want to put in stuff that I really think she's going to want. You know? So, but that's what I'm going to do. So it'd probably take me 30 days for the contest, and then 30 days probably to get the box filled. Here in Michigan, the gas price is $2.19, said Amy. Which is just about perfect, Amy, in my opinion. That's what it should be. About $2.25. I'd be happy anywhere around, even all the way to $2.75. I'm happy. I don't begrudge them a little profit. Up to $2.75. After $2.75, though, they're gouging us. Gas is $2.05 at Dollar General. Dollar General? What's that for, Randy? What do you mean? You got a gas station at the Dollar General there? We don't got no Dollar General gas station. I never heard of that. Good night, Mr. Lynn. Mr. Lynn's going to bed, guys. We don't have a Dollar General gas station here, said Lori. Yes, it used to be a Walmart market, but the Walmart closed it. Wow, that's cool. Well, that's pretty cool. You're probably the only one that's got one of those for Granny. I think that's pretty cool. Dollar General gas station. I never heard of that. I don't think many people have. Tina said it's $3.09 a gallon here. I'm sorry, Tina. Don't you find it funny though, Tina, that people don't revolt over that? I mean, why is it that the people have to pay more in New York? $1 more per gas? You'd think the people would rise up and say, hell no, we're just not going to pay that. F you. Why everybody else is only paying $2? Why we gotta pay $3? Explain it. But people don't want to rise up. They just accept it for some reason. I guess. What are we gonna do? 3 a gallon when everybody else is paying 2. Yeah, that's fair. Thank you. You gotta go to work so you can buy gas. That's right, CM. That's what's inflation. That's a bad thing. It's such a bad thing. CM. When energy prices rise, it kills the poor people. It just kills the poor people. The worst, man. It kills them. But they don't seem to understand that. They want to buy their oil from faraway countries so that they can help those faraway countries and kiss their butt instead of using our own oil we have right here. Our governor said we're gonna be wearing masks till March, said Frugal Granny. It's called gouging, said CM. Yeah, except the gouging isn't being done by the gas station, CM. It's being done by the government. Usually when you think of gouging, you think of the gas stations doing it on their own, but in the New York case, it's not the gas station, it's the government that's doing the gouging with their taxes. Yeah. Good night, Lori Chase. Lori Chasen, leaving, guys. I think so too, said Frugal Granny. Yeah, I think a little bit of it will have to do with where you live. What state you live in on the masks. We do like the Dukes of Hazzard and use moonshine for gas, said Amy. That's not a bad idea. And it really ain't. Especially when they've relaxed the laws on that for home use. That's not a bad idea, really. Especially if you live in the country. You could make your own at a really cheap price. Hi, Shirley W. Shirley W. in the room, guys. I'm gonna wear a mask till my teeth are fixed, said Angel. I seen a video where a man was making gas from kudzu. Sure. You can make, well, I don't know about actual gas, but alcohol, an alcohol product. I don't know about actual gas, but that moonshine will make your eyes roll, steam out your ears, and curl your toenails, said Frugal Granny. I never had moonshine in my whole life. He was putting it in his car. Yeah, you can put the alcohol blend in your car, Priscilla. You can, if you but your car, you can't put it in just any old car though. You gotta rig up your car to run it on alcohol. It's not that expensive though. You can run your car on a lot of things. You can run it on propane too, but you'd have to do the same thing. I have to stop and get chips and cheese today at Taco Bell, said CM. You made me hungry for that stuff, Angel. We also have in a DVD, said Anita. I missed the show Dukes of Hazzard. They took it off Netflix, said Amy. If the moon stops, the headache gives me a gallon, said Lovda. Lovda. If the moon stops, a headache gives me a gallon. I had moonshine once, an eighth of an inch in a very tall glass, up to the top with Kool-Aid, said Isabel. I've never had it. I've never even seen it, you know. I used to make chips and taco shell at the Taco Bell. Now it comes from a bag, said Angel. A bag. Imagine that. I used to make it fresh. It was tasteless, said Isabel. I don't know if I'll stop a headache, but I'm pretty sure it'll give you one, said Fool Granny. Yeah, I'll pass on a headache. I don't want anything that's gonna give me a headache. The moonshine, said Lovda. If the moon stops, the headache gives me a gallon. Boom, boom, out go the lights. If moonshine is not made right, it can kill, said Fool Granny. They actually, people are sell stills on the Facebook Marketplace, Fool Granny. I posted one that was for sale. It looked pretty cool. For some reason, after I posted it, I couldn't find it anymore. They might have took it away. It was a pretty cheap price too. They were selling a whole still, the whole setup at a really good price. It was way under $100 for the whole still. Facebook takes it down, said Fool Granny. I'm just kidding though, I don't drink alcohol, said Lovda. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with alcohol myself, Lovda. I like the margaritas, but I don't really even want them anymore. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get diabetes from drinking it. Why don't they have any toilet paper in the KFC, said Bob Barker. Because it's finger licking good. We have some in mason jar that someone made for my husband. It's clear and surprisingly clean tasty. It should be clean because it's went through a still. You know, it took out all the impurities. It's just pure alcohol. There shouldn't be anything else in there. It's not like whiskey or somewhere that you're drinking some nasty in there too. I can't drink anymore. It spikes my blood pressure, said Sarah. Oh Lord, said Judy. I'm not joking though on the diabetes. I actually feel that it will give me diabetes or it will hurt me. I think I'm done with it. Cupcake Girl said I don't drink. I've never really liked alcohol anyway, so for me it's easy to quit. It's not a hard thing. Frank, what happens when a cactus gets in the way of a porcupine? I don't know. Polyester Doc Brown, we got t-shirts and gray pants, said Angel. Frank, it's a prickly situation, said Judy. A prickly situation. Bob Barker in the room, by the way, guys. I don't drink, said Food Granny. Isabel used to enjoy a few shots. I can't be bothered now for maybe 30 years. Yeah, I'm not into it. I really just ain't. I wish I felt the same way about these cigarettes, that I could just throw them away and it would be nothing like the alcohol, but unfortunately I don't feel that same way. I know, me too, said Isabel. Frank, I took out chicken from my freezer. They're chicken legs and chicken thighs. Any ideas how to cook them? No. I'm sorry, Judy, I don't. I never get the chicken legs and the chicken thighs. I'm sorry. I always get the breast or the wings. Chicken and dumplings, said Mildred. See, if I was going to do chicken and dumplings, I'd do the whole chicken, though. Not just the legs and thighs. Oh, I do have some new stuff that I found, though. Let me see. Instead of shake and bake. Let's see. Where's it at? I can't find it. I bought 2 boxes. I did. Oh, I can't find it. I lost it, Angel. I was just looking at it today and now I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
That new chicken stuff I got. That's so weird. I must be crazy. Oh, there it is. I got this stuff right here. I got the shake and bake too, but I tried to try this one because it says extra crispy. I like the extra crispy deal. I'm gonna go with this next time. Barbecue sounds good too, said Judy. When I worked at Taco Bell, the uniforms were all black and the Taco Bell About logo on it, and we had a belt, and that had a Taco Bell logo on it, said Amy. Shake and bake chicken, said Fool Granny. Or maybe look for chicken casseroles, there must be a million, said Isabel. I like the garlic shake and bake, but do others too, said Isabel. I think it's gonna be a winner, said Judy. Shake and bake. Shake and bake. We all got a cake. I'm live, or is it Memorex? Mrs. Dash is good, said Isabel. I like the box you showed where you make crispy chicken, said Anita. Shrimp basket in Pensacola, said Frugal Granny. I just got a call from the Congo, said Cupcake Girl. They want to know if I want to renew my car warranty. Cupcake Girl, we know your car warranty is expired on that 1972 Pinto. It's time to re-up now, Cupcake Girl. Us boys down here need some money. The Congo. My birthday's in 11 more days, said Anita. Did you put that on the scrapbook page, Anita? From Priscilla? The Congo line, said Judy. I would cut that chicken and then put some cream of mushroom soup and I'd cook some rice and noodles and pour that over the rice and noodles, said Amy. Judy's gonna go with that shake and bake, she thinks. She can throw potatoes, carrots, and onions on with the tray. Shake and bake. You could actually put that shake and bake right on those potatoes, I think. And I'm pretty sure. Give them a little interestingness. I'm getting calls from all over the world I never answer, said Cupcake Girl. I get when I get that shake and bake, I usually get that family size box. It's a better deal. Because if you just get the regular box, you get one little pack in the bag. With that family size, you get 3 of them. And it only costs like $1 more. I want beef stew with a baked tater, said Angel. Baked tater and some beef stew. It's gonna taste really good for me and you. I think it's time to sing to Mickey Mouse. By the time we get there, it will be that time. about ready? Carl's looking at you guys. Frank, get going. 'Cause you're just lazy, Frank. You sit around all day, said Priscilla. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. MIC, I'll see you real soon. Good morning, Mayeth. Mayeth in the room, guys. I'm sorry we're leaving, Mayeth. Good morning. I hope you have a great day. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our family. MIC, I'll see you real soon. KEY, why? Because we love you. MOUSE, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. Forever let us hold that banner high, high, high. Next comment after Mr. DOG, Donald Duck, said Priscilla. You did it, Priscilla. Where's my little paper waper? With my, there it is. Priscilla. That was an easy one right there. Alright, guys. Good night, Tina. Good night, Rose. Good night, Sherry. Good night, Priscilla. Good night, Wildflower. Good night, Shirley W. Good night, Angel. Good night, Mr. DOG. Good night, Rhonda K. Good night, Annie. Good night, Peggy. Good night, Shirley W. Good night, Amy. Good night, Anita. Good night, Judy. Good night, Sarah. Good night, Kisty. Good night, Cupcake Girl. Good night, Isabel. Good night, Food Granny. Good night, Mildred. Good night, Loveda. Good night, Penny. Good night, Math. Good night, Kisty. Good night, CM. I think I have to go back this way now. Oh, Lord, said Shirley. Alright, guys, here we go. Around and around. Oh, we got a few more seconds. I like to get it over to 2 hours since I came this far. We got 28 seconds here. Around and around the mulberry bush. Ping! The monkey's gonna chase that weasel, but not for 15 more seconds. 14 more seconds. 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Poof.